Before this video begins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, be sure to check out my affiliate links down below so you can get discounts on different car mods and products. Alrighty, let's get into the drive. Hello and welcome. Today we are driving a Ram 1500 TRX. This is a 2021 model. I would like to thank Flood Ford in East Greenwich, Rhode Island for allowing me to both review and drive this truck. I just did a full review, so make sure to check that out. And after this test drive, I will also do a short ASMR video with no talking, just so you can hear the engine sing. Alright, so this is a 2021 1500 TRX by Ram. This does have a 5'7" bed and is finished in red with a black leather interior. This is a 2-row truck which seats 5 and comes in with a gross weight of 7,800 pounds. This is powered by a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 Hellcat engine, making 702 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. It can do 0 to 60 in usually under 4 seconds in good conditions. This is 4-wheel drive, achieving 10 miles per gallon city, 14 on the highway, and 12 overall, out of a 33-gallon fuel tank. This rides on 18-inch alloy aluminum wheels with 325 tires on them. Those also have bead lock on them to prevent wheel and tire separation if off-roading. This can tow 8,100 pounds and has a 1,310-pound payload. It has blind spot monitoring, forward collision alert with avoidance, lane keep assist, and roll stability control. This is an off-road beast, and it has about 8 inches of ground clearance and 11.8 without the side steps. This also has 5 skid plates down below, and it has giant hood scoops and great graphics everywhere. Alrighty, if you want to learn more about it, make sure to check out the full review. But we are going to take this Ram TRX out on the road. Alright, so for Dodge products and Dodge engines, I have only driven the 6.4-liter Hemi, which is the one in the Scat Pack. But I have not driven a Hellcat yet. And this is a pickup truck. I love this thing. I haven't even driven this thing. It's so dang ridiculous, and I love it. It shouldn't exist, and I'm so happy that it does. I'm a big Mopar guy just because they put Hellcats and everything, and I'm beyond happy to drive this thing. I'm also very scared, so I won't go too insane. Alright. That supercharger whine is insane. I love it. We're just in auto drive mode, so if you push TRX over here, this also has a launch control. This is a pickup truck. This is 232 inches long. So what they did to this, they actually took a normal, semi-normal, Ram 1500, and they just, this is also made with an 8-speed automatic. Sorry, I didn't mention that. But this also is a Ram 1500 that they lifted and put basically wide body kits on with a flare. Big fender flares in the front and the rear on this. And so far for the ride, it's not bad. It has giant off-road tires, so we're getting some tire noise, but wind noise isn't really there yet, which is awesome. And that supercharger whine is to die for. Let me pop it in sport so I can use the paddles. That thing sounds like God. That thing sounds like God singing to me. Hellcat engines are among my favorite things, definitely out of Mopar. That thing is insane. It's riding pretty well so far, actually. It's pretty comfortable. So some really nice creature comforts this has include front and rear seats that are both, they're both suede and leather. And they have heating and ventilating in the front and the rear. This currently stickers around $95,000. Although the market is propped up right now, but it stickers about $95,000 with the about 1147 miles on it right now. So nothing too insane. This is it's not brand new, but it's basically brand new. Hellcat engines have gone pretty long in certain vehicles. So this does have some very large tow mirrors with a big blind spot area, which is awesome because this needs them. This thing is gigantic beyond belief. Takes bumps pretty well, obviously. So this also has some like custom Bilstein shocks made specifically for the TRX. So those will be on screen now, and those look very nice. I'm not sure what this has for brakes. I don't see like bright red calipers, but I don't know. It must have Brembos or similar. Let's see if I stomp the brakes a moment. Yeah, that's not a full stomp, but yeah, they feel very good. Of course, this thing has to stop very well. This is limited at 118 miles per hour digitally because the brakes, no brake you put on this thing is going to be strong enough at those speeds to have you driving semi-safely. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's not the world's fastest thing once you get going, but up to speed, this thing will scare you. I'll push it a little bit. I'm not going very fast in this just because it's huge, giant, and tall. So I don't want to tip. It has a roll stability protection, though. So, yeah, I am definitely a good bit scared to drive this thing. I'm only in auto. I'm in street mode on everything right now. I am in street mode, and I am afraid of this. It is ridiculous how much power they put in this. Steering's actually not bad. It's pretty light, pretty manageable. However, that lies of how big this is. It doesn't drive that big, though. All right, so let's do a little bit of a harder acceleration. We are, oh, come on, there's someone there. Well, I'll stop it here. All right, yeah. It likes to get up and get out of its own way. Oh my gosh, that thing is scary. That was up to 40, that's all. And I'm afraid to push the limits on this thing. This is beautiful. A Ram 1500 TRX. This thing should not exist. Hellcat engine in a mega truck. However, it could actually have some competition coming up. So, a funny thing about this, inside of the engine bay, they actually put a graphic of a T-Rex, the dinosaur, destroying a Velociraptor. As you do. Because the Ford Raptor was the only competitor to this, and that got way outclassed due to the Hellcat engine. But, a couple days ago now, they just released the Raptor R. So that could be interesting. They put in the GT 500 engine. We will see. Wow. This hasn't gone above like 2200 RPM to get up to 50. Very, very effortlessly. It actually really does drive pretty comfortably. It also has adjustable pedals, which is nice, so a lot of people could actually drive this. And the seats, they don't have actually that aggressive bolstering. I thought they'd be a little more aggressive, but they're okay. They're decent for cruising if you wanted to do that. And for body roll, of course, body roll is very existent. If you know anything about trucks, body roll is their middle name. But it's manageable. If you do some input, it actually does keep it pretty tight. It's reasonably good. And especially for its size, it really is pretty good. Oh, that supercharger whine. I've never driven a supercharged car yet, or truck. So this is very, very awesome. Yeah, stomping on the brakes, it still feels pretty confidence-inspiring, and we have a clear ahead of us, so let's actually go into sport mode for whenever we get, okay, no, I'm not doing sport mode. Sport mode has traction off. I don't want to turn traction off. I don't want to die. But yeah, we'll keep it in auto and try it that way. And then once we get up to speed, I can try some sport mode, but I don't really want to be spinning the tires on this. It is way too easy, so I am not really in the mood to do that. Look, I don't even know if there's a two-wheel drive mode in here. There is four-wheel drive auto engaged. I don't think there is two-wheel drive because this is just too beastly. That is great. Yeah, if I owned one of these, every red light would be the start of a race for me. I would not be losing races in this thing. All right. That's 80, and that's an auto. That is insanity. Oh my goodness. Brakes still feel good, luckily. Wow. This thing is an auto. This is the biggest vehicle I have ever driven. And it is easily the fastest. It's in the fastest. That should not exist. Yeah, racing into traffic is nice. Certainly don't have to worry too much in this. It quiets way down though. I'm at 1200 RPM. Going 51. That is insane. The 8-speed, I believe it's a ZF 8-speed. Pretty common these days. ZF is awesome. So let's pop her into sport mode actually. And let's go into sport so we can use our paddles. Let's hear that supercharger whine. Pretty good paddle response. Not the ultimate best, but it is very good overall. Yeah, so you can actually use paddle shifters or just normal shifting, which is nice. And it'll shift just as tight either way, depending on the drive mode, because it has a lot of drive modes. And it also has custom mode, as in a lot of the Mopar vehicles, so you can change up all these little things here, so like transmission, paddle shifters, stability control, suspension, and steering. So steering feel actually tightens up, and I do notice that. It got a lot heavier since I was in just on the street in auto mode, so that is awesome. If I pop her back into auto, going 61, I'm at 1400 RPM. I'm already at about half the speed capacity of this truck, but it's at 1400 RPM, doing 62. That is ridiculous. I actually like the ride so far in this thing. It has a Karman Kardon audio system also, so I think anyone would enjoy being in this. Let's go into sport. Let's just do a little pull. Endless, effortless power. That is crazy. Good brakes, which I love, of course. It scares you. Don't get me wrong, it's very scary driving this, but it's manageable. You can do it. The steering input isn't harsh or anything, so even though I'm in sport steering right now, it's heavy, but not all that heavy. It's not to the point where if you like accidentally, I don't know, hit a bump and it gets yanked in your hands, you're like going off the road. Luckily, it's nothing like that. But yeah, this is, I'm pretty anxious yet excited driving this thing. I don't want to die. This is a Hellcat truck. This is as fast pretty much as a Scat Pack, which is a sports car. So, good times. I love the steering wheel in here actually, so it has great bolsters really everywhere. It's a flat bottom steering wheel with some carbon fiber trim, which is awesome in my opinion. Wow, it's kind of hard to keep in your lane though, because this thing is so gigantic. That's the only kind of gripe I have, is this is massive and it does feel it. You sit up so high though, the visibility is great, it sounds great. It's not a droning exhaust, but when you're on it or off it, you can hear it. So like here I'm on it, here I'm off it. You'll hear it die off a bit. But overall, it's very, very manageable to drive, surprisingly, on the road, because this is actually designed also to be used as an off-roading thing, because it has 5 skid plates, it has basically body guards down below it. It doesn't have side steps, it has intended body guards and frame guards. So this thing is just insanity. For off-roading, you would be unbeaten in this thing. I think it rides on 35-inch tires as well. And you get such a commanding presence due to seeing your, so each side has a cutout for 2 functional hood scoops, more like hood vents there, but it has a hood scoop in the center, and it has a giant 3 amber light design in there, and it is just insanity for how good the cooling actually is in here, because it is currently 92 degrees, and this engine is cool and comfortable. It's actually aiming towards cool, which is great in the temperature. Blind spot monitoring is working well, being here in some boring traffic. Wow, just as soon as you get into it, that thing is just starting to whine. Sounds amazing. You can get off of it like that, play with it. Play with the supercharger. Now let me actually get over. So we're in sport. I'll do one little pull. Tight shifts. Yeah, very, very tight shifts. Very good everything. And that was in sport mode, so the moment you get on it, it'll get out of your way. Wow. Effortless pull, as far as you can see. Great transmission, too. It shifts hard, but not harsh. So, very tight. Engine's still cool as a cucumber. Everything is awesome about this right now. thing is fun though, touching on and off of the gas. It really is pretty immediate. You can hear me stabbing the pedal, and it's pretty dang immediate response, which is awesome. I'll put it back in auto, because we certainly do want some, whatever it's called, we certainly do want some traction control, because I don't want to die. Especially in city driving. Don't really want to be spinning the tires. Alright, so overall, I love this thing. It has so many creature comforts. It's pricey, but it has so many creature comforts that I was not expecting. Like heated and cooled rear seats. Endless material usage in the interior. It's actually very nice in here. And just overall, I'm very impressed with it. It drives pretty tight. It's big, it drives big, as expected, but it is really not that bad. And it's very manageable, because I barely drive trucks. And in addition, certainly haven't driven a lifted truck. And with a Hellcat. So, yeah, I think this checks all the boxes to scare the absolute heck out of you. But I'm okay driving it. I'm comfortable enough. Even when you're sending it, it really does feel relatively confidence-inspiring. Cornering would not feel confidence-inspiring. I did not intend to put this through a corner, and I did not. But, yeah, straight line, this is a beast. And you will be excited to hit red lights with this. This would be like a perfect just... It doesn't exactly look subtle, but no one would think it was fast. People would think, not that this was fast, but think that it just looks insane. And that, you know, it's like a big lifted truck, very capable, very awesome looking, but people would not expect it to be anywhere near this quick. And the fact that you can do that is also an added caveat. Oh my goodness. And that's in auto. That is in auto mode. This is beautiful. I cannot love this enough. I need a Hellcat in my life. We got another year till around 2023 they can produce Hellcat engines, so. As always, Hellcat go burr. Oh my goodness. Visibility is great too. Wow, this thing scares the crap out of you though. You have got to be in a very good day, very confident mindset to drive this truck. Because you can kill anyone with this truck. This is just ridiculous. I love it though. That'll just about wrap up this test drive. I will be doing an ASMR test drive, just a short one as well, where I'm not talking so much and you can just hear the supercharger whine and hear the engine sing a little more. But thank you very much to Flood Ford of East Greenwich, Rhode Island, for allowing me to both review and drive this insane tank of a vehicle. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.